Brian Sanchez. Brian, thanks for being with us.
How you doing? I'm making a couple of quick notes, Steve, but good to see you.
All right, so we're going to talk about your testosterone replacement uh, therapy journey. It's been 10 weeks for you now, and you started off on kind of a high dose. What's your dose?
I'm on 1.2 on the syringe a week, which is 240, I believe, is it milliliters?
Yeah, 200 milligrams.
But let's preface that when I or not preface, but let's explain that why it's so high. When when I started this and started my research 2 years ago, I was in the 290-pound range. And around Christmas, when I did my last weigh in with my personal doctor, I was still in that zone. I thought I was around 275, 280, but it's actually up to 290. So when I met with my doctor, my personal doctor, and my age management doctor, we on purpose put me on a dosage that was for my body size, for my physical activity, my workout routines, because I'm a regular at the gym, switching from powerlifting to a higher repetition workout program, more of heavyweight, moderate to heavy, and a decent eating system. And I have switched between intermittent and just a good program. So I switch it up throughout my last 10 weeks. I've done 4 weeks intermittent, a couple weeks on this other way of eating, back to intermittent. Now I'm kind of off intermittent, but I'll switch back to intermittent again in June. So the amount that I was prescribed, that 1.2 or that 240, was to energize my body so that we could trim me down. Now, that does not equate to overall weight loss, but my whole body is changing size, and it's the weirdest thing I've ever experienced, but weird in a positive way.
Well, yeah, you guys, if you've been watching the channel, I'm open about everything I'm doing. I'm on TRT also, but my dose is about 100 to 120 milligrams a week. And I break that up into 3 injections um, a week. So and what do you know what your dosage is?
Yeah, I'm
No, I
240
mean,
mil.
they're not your dosage. I mean, do you know what your testosterone level is?
Yes, so I just tested my testosterone. My testosterone is very high. I've gone up 1,000 points in my testosterone. When I started this, I was around 325, and
Low.
I am actually over 1,400 right now. We are going to bring that down. My freestanding was, I believe, at 20, mid 20s, and right now it's up toward 50. So I am at that extreme end where you don't want to be this high for a long time. So I know that at my next appointment with my doctor, which is in 4 or 5 days, which is this is a Thursday for us, so the Monday, following Monday, we are going to be discussing. This was by the part of the plan, how we're going to reduce to balance my body out. Because now I think we're done with the cut phase of what we were trying to do. And now for the next 12 weeks after that, we're going to go into another form of the management of my body using replacement therapy as a part of that. So I'm on this real high dose. I do suspect that starting this coming Monday, it's going to come down even more, and I'll report to you on that as well. But my testosterone's rock high right now.
That's great. So everyone, so um, the the normal range, which does not mean it's normal for you. Some people need to be at 1,400 to function the way that they're supposed to. Some people can do it at 500. Everyone's different. So to put that in perspective, I'm at a half the dosage that Brian's taking. My body responds really well. It puts me at about 850. The range that doctors look at to say that's normal, whether it's everyone's different again, so it might not be for everyone, but that's the range, about 300 to 950. My small dose puts me at about 850 at the top of the range, and my free testosterone is at the very top of the scale also. So everyone's different. And you got to get it right. And I'll ask you this in a second, but I feel phenomenal. I'm 60 and I feel incredible. I'm doing a few peptides and a few other kind of natural things. Peptides are, and we can talk about that later. But or if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the comment section. I'll tell you what I'm doing. Um, but the peptides are just a protein. That's all it is a protein that your body actually makes. But you use an insulin needle to put in your body this specific protein chain that's going to benefit you. So my question to you, Brian, is how do you feel?
I feel fantastic. When we started this, just so everybody, when you look back at some of our initials when I started my journey, my biggest thing, it would choke me up when I was talking about it back then, was I do have, and I'm going to disclose some information again, I do suffer from diagnosed anxiety and things of that nature from my past history, if you will. And I did everything I could, whether it be medicines, whether it be natural ways, to try to get rid of that life's heaviness and the up and down with the depressive crashes and stuff like that. For the first time in my life that I can remember as an adult, these last 10 weeks have been cruise control. My mindset is so fantastic right now. My anxiety is gone. I had the reaction quickly that it was going to be gone right away. But now everything's mellowed out so much. It's hard to even explain. When it comes back to um, my body as it applies to the physical changes that I'm experiencing, I feel the pump that I would on just like a creatine based thing. I'm not doing this to try to get jacked up. I'm not trying to gain any size or anything like that. And oddly enough, what's happening, it has a lot to do with the way I'm eating and or the changes in my workouts from powerlifting regimens. But I'll use an example. My weightlifting belt. I used to go to notch 5 on it, and I cinch mine down. I'm not talking about an easy pull to 5. I'm talking I crank it in. I'm now cranking it into, today I was at notch 9 on my belt. So it's about a 4-inch change in just my waistline in 10 weeks. That was by design with this regimen. That's exactly what the doctor and I discussed. My doctor was willing to be even more aggressive and add another injection into my abdomen to help with the weight loss, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do it through proper eating and program management. So you don't have to do everything they tell you. So the testosterone side has made those adjustments to my body. Now in my overall weight, I'm down from my highest point pre-Christmas. I'm down probably 25 pounds, but the change in the body, I would make the assumption that I've lost 40 pounds just based on my waist because of what I'm used to in the gym when people make those inches and those changes in inches. But that just tells me that my body's restructuring and that the old muscle fiber that I had that was all tired and worn out remembered it could work again. And that's just the way I describe it. There's probably all kinds of stuff out there medically that could explain it. But the foundation of my body is so solid right now, it's stupid to me. It's stupid in a good way. And so I don't think I'm getting quite the weight loss I would think, but I'm getting more of the inches lost than I could have ever imagined. If you look back at the old videos, this shirt I'm wearing used to be just like completely skin tight, Those are the little things you're going to start to see as you manage yourself. Now, the thing is, and we kind of hinted on this earlier, this doesn't mean I can go back to eating everything I want. This doesn't mean that I can go back to powerlifting again, or I'm going to throw off the positive changes that I've done. I do believe 100% that the relief of my anxiety and depression, and I'm not taking any other prescriptions for this, is 100% related to the functioning of my body because I have the right level of testosterone in my body so that my body's managing itself better and everything's kind of balancing out. But all of my bloods, when I just came back this last week, the blood tests that I did do for the doctor are all in the normal range again, except for my testosterone's off the hook. But that was by
so
design.
everyone, I mean, that's so good to hear, Brian, and it feels good to feel good. And if you guys are 30, I encourage y'all to get your testosterone checked. Why? Because now you have a baseline. Even if you're all good, which hopefully you are at 30, then at 40, you have a comparison to what it was at 30, and then at 50, and so on, so that you know what's normal for you. If you're having symptoms at 30, it can be possible that you might need testosterone replacement therapy. So I just encourage everyone to get it checked. Low testosterone is dangerous. It can cause a lot of health issues, including heart disease and so on. So thanks for sharing with us, Brian.
Hey, anything I can do. If you have questions, concerns, or worries about how to take it, why to take it, and what way I do it, just leave a message and Steve and I can talk about it.
Yeah, and we're not doctors, but we can point you in the right direction. So thanks for being with us, Brian.
Good seeing you again, Steve.